Hey guys, subscribers, YouTubers, Miata fans alike. I'm going to do a video that a lot of people are doing right now of things they like and dislike about their cars. I'm going to do a few I dislike about the Mazda MB, Mazdaspeed particularly, and then a few things I love about this car. So we'll see how this goes. So first thing I don't like about the car, I've had the third Miata, I had a 94, 96. I know they're completely different body styles, but well, it's not completely different, but you know what I mean. You know, I got set headlights. You guys get pop-ups, which who doesn't love pop-ups? The 1.8s I've had, never really had experience with the 1.6s. The 1.8s, they burn oil. Like, this thing doesn't destroy oil or too bad, but it does eat it a little bit. You know, maybe it's a Miata thing. I don't know. One other thing that's really picky about that, it's not really a thing I hate about the car, but every Miata I've ever had, the dipstick breaks. I don't understand why. Like, is it like a Miata joke that Mazda has? So it's like, oh, you know, some engineer at Mazda, some little Asian dude got paid a shit ton of money to be like, oh, let's break the dipsticks on cars. I don't know. Another thing I don't like about this car, typical Miata issue, soft top is going out. You know, it's pretty bad. You know, right here is really bad. It leaks a lot. You know, I've cleaned the rain rails out, which isn't too hard to do. You know, maybe, you know, once they get wore out, you know, they start to get, you know, kind of corroded, you know. Previous owner actually tinted this one, but also if you open it up, you can see where he, like, tried to modify it to make it not leak as bad. You know, stitching starting to come undone. You know, I think it's the factory top, so 12, 13-year-old top. I'm not really exactly sure what day this car was made, but it's an 04, so let's say 12 years, 12, 13, whatever. You know, it's a little beat up. That's cool. Another thing is Miatas are known for rust. The only rust I know on mine right now is right there where I took the spoiler off and painted it. It's underneath the spoiler. Water builds up there and just rust as the spoiler. You know, it will move a little bit. I'm guessing maybe that's what happened. I don't know. Another thing I don't like about the Miata is the paint is just terrible on these cars. The clear coat just eats it away. Like, my spoiler's why I painted it, but this has clear coat pilling. For some reason, that's only like in the center of the bumper. It's down here on the lower lip of the bumper, all the way across. You know, little paint blemishes. That's dirt, but you know, some paint blemishes, whatever that is. Up on the hood, I had the hood popped, obviously. I mean, isn't that terrible? I mean, look at that. That's just disgusting. And I've tried to clean it up. I mean, I've tried a few different products. I'm kind of a detailer on the side, and I can't figure it out. I'm gonna have to respray it. I can't wait. Sorry about the wind. Another thing right there on the bumper, thing that's terrible. All right. Now that's a few things I don't like about the car. Obviously, storage is tight in a Miata. You know, if you get rid of the spare tire in the trunk, you know, you get more space. But then if one of my aftermarket wheels goes out, or the factory 17s in this car go out, for example, you lose your ability to have a spare tire, and you got to call AAA, you got to call your buddy. Hopefully you're close to Walmart or a tire shop to get a new fucking tire. That's probably not going to be a Yokohama S-Drive, because those tires aren't really stocked in certain areas of the country. If you guys don't know that. Just like if you have a set of Toyo RRs and you don't have your spare tire, you're going to be running a Walmart brand tire until you get another tire that matches. It's going to be a pain. You don't want to go through that, obviously. And if it's a rear wheel, you don't want to have a brand new tire on the driver's rear, and your passenger rear has your old Toyo RR or Yokohama like I have. So you're going to have to put these ones in the rear and your new ones up front, so that way you actually have proper traction, or however you want to do it. That's how I would do it. So a few things I like about this car. Hence Mazdaspeed, factory turboed. You know, if you've never seen one, you see the actuator down there. So the turbo is back there, obviously on the left side of the actuator. You can kind of see it in there. Little bitch ass turbo Mazda put on these. But no, it's a good car. It makes a lot of power for what it is. Compared to the non-turboed 1.8 of the same year. You know, this has 170 at the crank, brand new. The other one had like 140. So this was currently dynoed with the intake boost up a little bit and the exhaust at 169.5 to the wheels, so round up to 170. And 165 foot-pounds of torque at the wheels. That's engine stock crank power pushed to the wheels. So that's pretty dope. Another thing I love about this car that a lot of people don't like and if I ever do a swap, I'm going to replace it to match the proper engine, is the 6-speed tranny. 5, 6. 6 doesn't like to find it sometimes, and then reverse, obviously. Right? That is an awesome feature that Mazda put in the MB. A lot of people don't like it. I don't like it just because I have the 4.10 rear. Right? That's the only reason I don't like the 6-speed. Those two together are terrible, but separate, they're awesome. That's my next thing I was going to say, is I love the differential on this car. The differential is beautiful, 4.10. You know, you get the torsion. You know, see if I can try to get it down here with the cell phone. You know, it's a great diff. Awesome ass diff. 4.10 with the 6-speed. You know, you get some mad fucking, you know, you do some bad burnouts, donuts. Slide around a little bit if that's what you're into. You know, and I love the Mazdaspeed just because, you know, you get the red accents on the doors, the seats. You know, it all matches. If you got the black one, being you had the cloth option, you would get the same features. But I mean, come on, man, look at this. Red interior accents with the red body. It's just a beautiful car. You know, who doesn't love it? You know, I've done a little bit of stuff to mine. You know, obviously boost gauge is not factory. My door speakers aren't factory. Yes, this looks rice, but it does what it, you know, it'll do for now. Calm down. You know, it's a good car. Obviously, this is an obnoxious ass Mazda, and you get that terrible Mazda beep. I hate it. You know, a few other things I dislike about this car, especially on the engine side, is Mazda didn't design the ECU properly. So when you go from non-boost map, just like regular NB map, to where the boost kicks in, it lagged, and it would lag till about 42. Then all of a sudden you had just like stupid power. Like it'd be like right, but then you redlined at 68, so you had to shift after only being in boost for 5 to 1500 RPM. It sucked, and I like driving the shit out of cars. So I did do the TPS mod. I unplugged it. Obviously, it's supposed to be plugged in right there. Here's the sensor. So I did do that. I got to check engine life for that, but it's not a big deal. It runs a little richer, but I also made 170 horsepower at the wheels of a almost completely stock Mazdaspeed, so that's pretty good. You know, watch my other videos, check them out. I got a video on the intake, the wheels and tires, a little bit of exhaust. I think I touched it in some of the videos. But yeah, dudes, it's not a, you know, it's a cool car, awesome ass thing to play with, fun little toy. That's just what I do and don't like, you know, just some small things: paint, rust, the storage space, the top. You know, handling's amazing. Just things I love about the car, because it's a Mazdaspeed. It's a little bit different than a standard Miata. But you know, guys, have a good day. Trinity says bye and hi from earlier, and see you guys later.